Hi, a very good evening, everyone, and a very warm welcome to our IG Live today. We have a very special guest joining us, so let's wait for the guest, but keep your questions on and don't lose this opportunity to talk to our esteemed guest from a very prestigious foreign university with a branch campus in the UAE. I'm just going to wait for him to join. So students, as you know, Futures Abroad is one of the leading education consulting company based in the UAE, helping students apply to the best possible education institutions. Hi, good afternoon, good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much. Lovely to see you. And
Likewise, likewise. It's a pleasure meeting you for the first time, obviously, and your students as well. And thank you for having us. Really appreciate
pleasure,
this.
pleasure is mine. So let's get started. To our audience, we have a very prestigious guest today. I will allow you to please introduce yourself and the university, and let's get started.
Definitely, definitely. Thank you so much once again. Hello, everyone. My name is Rayan Oseiran. I'm originally from Lebanon, and I'm the Director of Enrollment and Partnerships here at Hult Business School, handling enrollment and partnership opportunities for the whole MENA region. And I've been in this industry for quite some time, for more than 10 years, been helping students all my life to find the right program, the right university, the right pathway that they want to achieve in their academic careers. So, not to take a lot of your time with this introduction, but basically today's call will be focusing about our master's programs,
Yeah.
about our school in general, and some deep insights and unique points about Hult Business School and what makes us so special. Um, um, the the flow of the call, I'm gonna make it basically explanatory as much as possible, and then I'll leave a bit of time in the end for questions and answers. How does that sound for you all?
Absolutely. That sounds fantastic. So, can you tell us what are your most popular master's programs offered
Of
in the UAE campus?
Of course, of course. So actually, our only master's program in the UAE is our master's in management. This is the most popular and the most sought after program for our students from around the globe. And it's one of actually our most demanded programs. Now, we do offer this program as well in all of our other campuses in Boston and London, but the main focus of it is in the UAE. Now,
Yeah.
the master's in management, I know it sounds broad as a pure name, but we do have specializations for the master's in management. We have several specializations or tracks that students can choose to go through. So, for example, we have the pure master's in management on its own as a program. And then we have the master's in management with the internship track. So, how does that work? Is that in the last semester, the elective semester, as we call it, there will be, instead of an elective semester, there will be a mandatory internship
Okay.
that students will go through, or a guaranteed internship for the students, which will, by the way, increase their chances of landing a job as well, because it kind of fortifies their presence among industry leaders. Now, another track we have is the Masters in Management with the Marketing track, which is also one of the most interesting ones as well. We do also offer Masters in Management with the Finance track, Analytics track, and the Entrepreneurship track. Now, let me tell you why we have all these tracks for the Masters in Management, because essentially we do offer Masters in Finance on its own. We do
Yeah.
offer masters in business analytics on its own, and we do offer masters in marketing on its own. But sometimes, because most of the students prefer to stay in Dubai, because it's the place to be, it's the hub, it's all where all the
Yeah.
opportunities are here, and especially situated in Dubai Internet City, our location, which is close by to major huge corporations such as Google, Meta, Amazon, Dell, Oracle, Microsoft, you name it. So a lot of students choose to actually be in Dubai. And so we opened up several specializations for our masters in management so that if someone actually wanted, to specialize in marketing but doesn't want to go to London, they can do the masters in management with the specialization in marketing.
Fantastic. Now, what is the duration of the master's programs here in the UAE?
It's a 1 year full-time program, one academic year.
Okay,
Starts in mid-September, ends around August to September as well.
perfect. And would you be able to talk a little bit about the admission requirements? Like, does the student need to have work experience? What is the minimum GPA you're looking for?
Definitely. So, look, our approach to admission requirements is not the same as your typical university out there because we have a different approach to education. And I'm not sure if you guys have heard that about this new approach, I would say, where it is 80% practical and 20% theory. So, we don't focus as much on the GPA and how the student did in this exam and all of these things. We focus on the practicality. So in general terms, obviously the regular admission requirements, so the bachelor degree, transcripts, recommendation letters, or not the letters, just the details of the referees, along with a personal statement or a statement of purpose, and the English language requirement test.
Okay.
Now, however, if the student did their bachelor degree in English, fully English taught program, then we can possibly look at the opportunity to waive the English language test requirement for them. So the process, how does it work? There's an application link which you will be sharing with the students, obviously. And by the way, a reminder to all of the students who are interested, please reach out to our partners here and they will help you throughout the whole process from A to Z.
Yeah.
Once the application is filled, then it is submitted and we receive it instantly. Then the student will be introduced to the application manager, which will start communicating with either yourself or the student, depending on the preference, and start collecting the required documents. After all the required documents are collected, then obviously also students will be able to apply for a partial scholarship. We do offer partial scholarships and exclusive scholarships as well, by the way, for anyone who doesn't know, we do have exclusive scholarships with our partners, Futures Abroad. So you better talk to them about it. They'll help you out with the process as well. And they're quite generous scholarships, I would say. So after all the documents are submitted, the student will be sent a scholarship essay. So basically, they will receive 5 different topics. For example, the entrepreneurial spirit or the future leader scholarship or women in business, for example. These are just examples, and the student has to write something relevant about it and submit it to us. It will then go to the scholarship committee to be assessed. Then after this step is done, we will book the admission interview or the personal assessment interview, as we call it, with one of our team members as well from the admission department. It's usually a 60-minute interview. It's not as scary as it might sound to students. It's more, I would say, conversational to get to know the student, to get to know their characteristic, to ask them certain situational questions. One of the questions could be like, for example, let's say you got into a slight disagreement with one of your classmates. How would you handle it, and what would you say to resolve this issue? Just situational questions to understand the character of the student, as well as their financial plans and needs to pursue the master's degree. Then after all of this is done, they get the admission response from us, whether they were accepted or denied. But usually we always lean towards accepted students because we pick our quality students and we make sure to get the best out of them in order to be accepted. And then the whole process, I would say, typically takes from the submission of the application to collecting the documents and getting admission, takes around 2 weeks, shouldn't take more. Sometimes students get stuck on certain documents and whatnot. It takes a bit of more time, but if everything is available and we're on track, it shouldn't take more than 2 weeks and sometimes even less.
Okay, fantastic. And when the students start the application, is it important for them to submit everything together in the timeline that we have now because we're very close to the start cycle?
What is the most important thing for us is to create an application and submit
Yeah.
it as soon as
Okay.
possible. You don't
Mhm.
have to submit any documents. As
Perfect.
long as it is submitted before our deadlines, then the documents can follow later. That's not a problem. So, for
Perfect.
example, we have a
Yeah.
deadline on the 30th of this month, or at the end of this month. We encourage students to submit their application before that deadline because they have
Absolutely.
higher chances of getting a higher percentage of scholarships, seat allocations. Classes are filling up already and
Yeah.
whatnot. So if they submit the application, but they still have a few documents missing, they're still collecting it, it's fine as long as they submit it before the deadline.
Perfect. I really like the idea as a career counselor that you have 80% practical training and
Yes,
20% academics. So you're really preparing the students who are joining you for the graduate programs for the industry. And
100%.
that's exactly what the employers are looking at today. They don't want students with theoretical knowledge, they want practical knowledge. So that's an unbelievable program. We spoke a lot about scholarships. Can you indicate a little bit about what is the tuition fee and what are the kind of scholarships available for students?
Of course, of course. So the tuition fees for our master's in management program in Dubai,
Yeah,
asking about Dubai mainly,
what
right?
by?
Yeah. So for the Dubai campus, the tuition fees are 189,500 dirhams. Now, don't let that number scare you. Sometimes it does, I know. But with the scholarships that we have, it could dramatically reduce the tuition fees. Now, we have two types of scholarships. One is merit-based, so based on what I mentioned earlier, women in business, future leader, future entrepreneur, etc. They can choose one and write an essay about it. And then we have the financial support scholarship. So we also do send a declaration of finance to our students for them just to give us a better understanding of their finances, how much money they're getting from their family, how much from savings, the whole 9 yards. And it will give us also a better understanding to know how we can support and help them as much as possible.
Okay, great. And for the merit-based, is there a specific percentage you look at, minimum requirement, or you're flexible and you look at the student's general
We
academics?
usually look at the student's general profile and background.
Okay.
Let me give you an example.
Yeah.
Just a quick example. Let's say someone is applying for the master's degree, right? The tuition fee is round figure 190,000 dirhams. They get a 40% scholarship. Tuition fees
Okay.
go down to 114,000 dirhams.
That's
Then
great. Yeah.
yeah, and then to confirm their seat, they need to pay 18,000 dirhams. Once they pay, and this is obviously deducted from the 114,000. So the remaining total, then we also have installment plans where they can choose to pay over a period of three different payments divided across the whole year.
Yeah.
So that will make the amount not so difficult for the majority, I would say. And we do have options of early pay and super early pay. So, for example, we do have something called a dual degree
Yeah.
program where students can choose to pursue a second master's degree after the first one, and they only do an additional 6 months. And usually, the second master's degree, let's say if they are on the super early pay, which means, let's say they pay their full tuition fees, the 114,000, before April, let's say April 2025, and the program is in September 2025. If they pay their full tuition fees before April 2025, then the second master's degree, they get a full scholarship on it. And then if they pay it on the early pay, which is in June, they get a 50 to 60% scholarship on the second master's degree. So we also have some options for dual degrees if someone's interested in taking another master's. They want to try out a different country, master's in management with a marketing track, and then they want to do a master's in business analytics in London. They can also do that. Another important factor is the global campus rotation that we have. I'm not sure if you're aware about it, but we do offer something called the rotation option, which is basically the elective semester, which is the last one. Students can usually choose to do it in any of our campuses around the world. So even if they are based in Dubai and they feel like, you know what, I want to give London a try and live there for a few months, why not? They just let us know. We transfer them to do that semester in London. We support with the whole process as well, the visa, accommodation, and everything. And they just go and do it over there, and they can graduate from there as well. So it's quite nice. It's quite
Yeah.
flexible. We have very strong partnerships and links with industry professionals and industry leaders in the region. Just the other month or a few weeks ago, actually, we had a master class with Microsoft.
Wow.
What's in Sphere, the headquarters of Microsoft next to our office. Now imagine Microsoft, so such a huge
Yeah.
company. We had a master class where we had around, I would say, more than 50 to 60 students attend that master class. It was about the future of AI and how it's reshaping the world today. Um, we have another master class coming up soon. Actually, we had it last week with LinkedIn. For example, that's something also that the students get access to. Now, imagine you're doing a master class or a workshop with Microsoft, and just through a regular conversation with someone from Microsoft, you might even land the job of your dreams.
No, absolutely. I totally agree. And I'm a firm believer as well that, networking gets you the
A
job.
100%, a hundred
And
percent,
yeah, and the beauty of your programs is, firstly, your location is brilliant in the heart of the city, next to all of these tech and corporate hubs. And the fact that you have connections and master shops and all of these leading corporates, I think it gives students a lot of strong connections to build on. At the end of the day,
100%,
I feel what a university brings on the table is connections
a
and
hundred
knowledge.
percent, a
Then the
hundred
student.
percent.
So today UAE is the hub, and I know you guys have had great placements and great connections. Can you give us a few examples of what kind of placements your students have had, whether in the region or they've gone out after completing the degree?
Of course, of course. Look, um, first of all, there's something I want to say because that's what I usually tell all of the students. You can graduate from Harvard and not land a job, and you can graduate from a university that no one knows about and land the best job in the world if you do the right networking and if you put the right effort. We provide this platform. It's
Yeah.
also up to the student to put in the effort. Now, when it comes to placements, we've had placements in any company you might imagine in the region and globally. We have graduates who are working in Unilever, in L'Oreal,
Wow.
Siemens, Dell, PwC, the big four companies like BCG, Booz Allen, McKinsey, the top consulting firms, Amazon, Google, Meta. They're working everywhere. And a simple proof of that could be just go on LinkedIn, type Hult International Business School, and you will see how many alumni we have working at top organizations.
Yeah. No, I know. I mean, we've seen success of students coming out of Hult Business School and getting great opportunities. That brings me back to this question. I know you spoke about almost guaranteed internships for students. Now,
Yes.
since master's program, at what stage do the students start their internships? At what
So
the year? I know it's a year, 1 year program.
that's correct. So
Yeah.
the Masters in Management has an option of an internship track.
Okay.
Now, the internship track is replaces the elective semester, which is the last semester. That's it, pure and simple.
Okay, perfect. So the last semester they're working full time as an intern in one of the companies on the ground.
100%. 100%. Through our career services
Awesome.
center, it's a guaranteed internship.
Oh, amazing, amazing. So, what more does a student need, especially a graduate student who's in the final term or final semester working in a company? I think the probability of that student getting recruited is absolutely on the very higher side because the
Of
company
course it is.
wants workers, and if they're happy with the intern, they get recruited.
100%. And we have a lot of success stories where our students actually do the internship with any company and they end up actually working there if they prove to themselves first and to the employer that, they got it done and they did a very well job. So definitely the platform is there. And I would say more than 95% of the students, if they are doing an internship, they get recruited if they actually want to be in that place by the end of the day. If they don't feel comfortable, they don't like the atmosphere, that's something specifics. But generally speaking, yes, of course, 100%.
So awesome. To all the students listening today, the deadline for applying for Hult Business School graduate programs in the UAE is July 30th. Don't lose the opportunity. They have great scholarships. I'm putting a code here, a special scholarship code for Futures Abroad applicants, especially for those viewers today who have joined the IG Live. If you connect with me with this code, we are going to get you assessed for some special scholarships with Hult Business School for the graduate program starting very soon in September. In Dubai, they have a beautiful campus. As we just discussed, they are highly connected with all the top corporates. So don't miss this opportunity. Application is still open and make the most of your graduate degree program. Join an accredited institute in a great country where we know the world wants to come to Dubai today. It is the hub of technology, hub of corporates, and hub of all the advancements. Today, I think if I can, say, and feel free to agree or disagree with me, I've been in the education sector for very long, over 20 years, providing students opportunities in different parts of the world if they want to pursue undergrad or postgrad. And I worked at a prestigious university myself. But today, as I'm seeing the student movement, all the big developed countries, there are no jobs. Whether we talk about US, UK, Canada, Australia, students are struggling. One country which is growing at an enormous growth rate is United Arab Emirates. And people from different parts of the world are making UAE their home for one reason: A, there is economic growth, B, there are jobs. So students, if you are looking at a accredited degree and accredited business school, study with scholarship and graduate with a job, I think Hult Business School is your choice. So to all the viewers, I did put a code there. Connect back with me as soon as possible. If you share this code with me, we will consider you for a special scholarship. That is our promise. And looking forward. Any questions, viewers, please put in the chat box. I did see some questions about engineering, so I'm not asking those questions. But any questions about business programs, please don't hesitate to ask.
Please, guys, any questions, feel free to ask. I'm not a stranger. I'll answer you with full honesty. Anything you need, just let me know.
Yes, absolutely,
Uh,
absolutely.
And for whoever remembers the question later on, please do connect with our partners and we can get back to you as soon as possible. Not an issue at all. And we look forward to having you with us for all of the students that are watching us today. And just a small thing I'd like to share. I'm actually staring at the Amazon offices
Yeah.
here in front of us. And then there's the Meta offices right next to it. And then there is Facebook and Google behind us. So it's a really good place to be in, honestly. You will love it.
Yes, I totally agree with you. So safety, security, graduate with a job. I think if these three things are offered anywhere, it's Hult Business School. I'm talking with experience. So students, any questions, don't hesitate to connect back with us. Or if you want to connect with Hult Business School, absolutely feel free. Thanks so much for joining my Insta Live today. It was a pleasure chatting with you. And to our viewers,
Likewise.
hope you got great advice today heard about a good program and scholarship opportunities. So thanks again, everyone, and stay connected. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a lovely day. Take care.
Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye bye.